Hey, so this is the review of the 34 millimeter, the Alpina. Um, it is 34 millimeters. It has a very, very beautiful dial. I'm actually more surprised how beautiful it is in person compared to the pictures. Um, yeah, it just arrived today. This is a 34 millimeter. I have a smaller wrist, about 5 3/4. So I bought this in 34 millimeters. Let me show you how it's packed. It comes in this nice watch case. Has an Alpina logo on there, and that's pretty much it, right? So nothing much with the unpacking. Well, there's some goodies there. Yeah, that's about it. And a book here, and a little booklet here with their whatever. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Let's get to the watch. But dude, so it's got this Hublot gentle look with the bezel. It is 34 millimeters, super thin. This thing is like maybe 9 millimeters thin. Let's see if I can focus on that. It's super thin. The dial is crazy beautiful though. Beautiful dial. Beautiful. Yeah. Let's see it on my wrist, okay? All right, there you have it on a 6-inch wrist. Or, sorry, 5 3/4. Lost some weight. 5 3/4. Let me see if I can remove. Dude, this thing is killer. Killer of a watch. It does retail for $1,300, which I think is crazy. Let's be honest, it's crazy. $1,300 for a quartz Alpina. Yeah, I get it, it's Swiss, but it's a quartz. Crazy, but I see the price point value. It is gorgeous, nicely done, quality. When you feel it, it is there. It's super light, but you could tell the quality in the lightness of this case. But man, if I had $1,300 just to screw around, absolutely. But for $1,300, I have better options, a lot of better options. But nonetheless, it has a butterfly clasp, and basically in the back it's got the Alpina logo. Man, I like the silhouette. You know, I've never been into these watches with integrated bracelets, but man, this is my first time ever holding a integrated bracelet. I've never been into that Tissot PRX scam. But this one just was 34, and I was like, let me just check it out. Right here. Let me see here. Let's see here. It's a 34. This is a 34 right here. Right? It's not. Yeah, it looks like the lugs are like 10. Oh my gosh, it's tiny. Yeah, you can't swap it out. Wish it came on a bracelet though, but it didn't. But here's the 34 on my wrist. Beautiful though. Ordered it from Nordstrom just so I can do a review on it, just because I was like, hey, you know, 34 millimeters. Let me see what we're working with for 34 millimeters with an Alpina, especially with the integrated bracelet. It is a integrated watch. You know, the hype is still going for the integrated watches, sport watches. But I was like, man, I like the bezel, because the bezel reminds me of a Hublot, right? And I like Hublots, but 38 millimeter Hublots were also just too big for me. So the 34 here, dude, I actually am in love. I want to take off the stickers. Screw that. I'm taking off the stickers. I'm not gonna wear it though. But I will definitely say that Nordstrom has a great return policy, because I used to work there. even if I wore them for, however long I wanted to and return it, they will accept it. So yeah, basically here it is. Here it is. Right? Here it is on a bracelet. Yeah. Bracelet feels kind of cheap. I'm not gonna lie. Straight up, it feels cheap and very light. Well, let me see how it feels. Let me see how it feels on my wrist, right? So that's the main thing here. Let's see. Dude, I like it. I like the size of it. I like the size of it. I love the dial, man. That dial is crazy. Here, let me show you from the top. That dial is crazy. Man. And I hate these type of dials. I'm a straight, plain, boring, simple, all black, all blue. I don't like textures. I do like textures, but it really has to stand out to me. But they did a great job on this one. They did a great job on this one. The bracelet, I don't, it actually is more of a turnoff now that it's $1,300 due to this bracelet here. But I understand why they did it. It's a very light watch. Almost kind of like feels like it's titanium. Is that why it's $1,300? Nah. But man, this thing is pretty nice. It doesn't articulate as much. You would think it's more flexibility, but dude, I like this. If I had the $1,300 for it, I'm all over it. If half the price, I'd probably have this in my collection. At $700, I definitely have this in my collection. Right at $700, but seeing that it's $1,300, I don't see it happening, guys. I don't see it happening for $1,300. Not with a lot of competition out there for $1,300. Sub $1,500. I'm at $2K. I'm at a lot of options at $1,500, right? Spend $500 more and you can get a used tutor. You get what I'm saying? So let me do the winding. It's not screw. It's not screw. It is but damn. One of the most smoothest crowns I've ever felt. And I'm on the watch exchange for me to go through lots of watches, right? Just because I'm looking for the perfect one, like we always are looking for the perfect watch. But this right here has to be one of the smoothest crowns that I've ever went through. Wow. Not talking about the crown as in, just starting it manually, but I'm just talking about just changing the time and the date. This thing is smooth, man. Oh my gosh. This thing is smooth. Oh wow. That's crazy. Let me just turn off the light and see where we're at for the yeah. So here it is. It's got the, hold on. No, that's it. All I have for the brightness, I'm guessing, right? So let me turn it back on. This has to be better as far as the light. Let me see if I can get it in this light. Right. Let me see. I'll be right back. Hey, crazy, man. For 1,300 bucks, this is what you get, huh? You know what, man? For a quartz, 1,300 bucks, I'm gonna have to kind of suck it up some way. Just try to get this off the. This thing is nice, but for 1,300 bucks, it's just I just can't justify it. I do see why it is 1,300 bucks now that I'm holding it on for the next. I've been holding it for 10 minutes now, and just looking at the dial, just looking at the overall silhouette, the whole package, right? I see why they have it at 1,300. You know, and I'm not bitching about it. But unfortunately, just because I'm into watches and I know watches, it just can't be justifiable for me. But man, this is something that me personally, I can say, let me put it on a credit card. Just because it is something that I probably, you know what, it is something that I want in my collection. That's how nice it is. So I'm at a loss of words. The longer I've held it, it's beautiful. So let's go into the watch again. Yeah. So basically, this is a 34 millimeters. Lug to lug, because it is protruding out, right? So it's like right there, and like I said, I have a small wrist, so about 5 3/4. So this is basically it from the top, right? So it does wrap and hug your wrist very nicely, and it's so light. Oh my gosh, I see this in my collection, man. 1,300 bucks. Let's go. Let's take a look. The dial. Yeah, it's just a quartz. It's a quartz, right? Bummer. Not really. You know, you want a quartz in your collection. I don't have any quartz in my collection so far. I used to, but I like this bezel over here. Smooth, very smooth, nicely brushed, beautifully brushed bezel. Got that AR coating on the bottom. Beautiful, beautiful brushed finish. Beautiful. I am in love. This is a gorgeous piece. Whew. Shoot, I might have to sleep over this, boys. Hey, man, I'm clocking out. Take care.